This problem we have a three-part inequality, and a technique we may want to use for this one, since we notice that we have an x in every part of the inequality, is that we can separate this into two different statements. So when I split this up, I get my first statement right here. This part I can write as one inequality, and it's going to be an and statement because of the way it's written. And the second statement is going to be the second part. The 2 minus 3x over 6 is less than 10 minus x over 9. That's going to be over here. So we have two parts. And now from here, to get rid of the fractions, we look at the left part first to solve this for x. And to get rid of the fractions, we want to multiply everything by the least common denominator. So for here, the least common denominator would be a 12. So multiply everything by a 12. So multiply the first, second, and the third term. So the 3 and the 12 will reduce. I'm left with a 4 on the top. So 4 times x gives me 4x, and 4 times the 2 gives me a plus 8, minus the 4 and the 12 here will cancel. I'm left with a 3 on the top. So I have negative 3 times 2x gives me negative 6x. Negative 3 times a negative 1 gives me a plus 3. And that is less than, the 6 and 12 will cancel. I'm left with a 4 minus 6x. When I take the 2, multiply it by the 2 minus 3x. So from here we can solve this. We're going to get negative 2x plus 11 is less than 4 minus 6x. We add 6x to both sides, we get 4x. And then on the other side, subtract 11 from both sides. We're going to get 4x is less than negative 7. So divide both sides by 4, I get x is less than negative 7 over 4. That is the first half. And the second half, the other and statement, is we need to also multiply by the least common denominator. So the least common denominator of 6 and 9 would be 18. So multiply both parts by 18. So the 6 and the 18 will reduce. I'm left with a 3 on the top. So I get 3 times 2 gives me the 6. 3 times negative 3x gives me negative 9x. Less than, the 9 and the 18 will reduce. I'm left with a 2 on the top. So 2 times 10 gives me 20. 2 times negative x gives me negative 2x. So now the fractions are gone. Now I can combine like terms. So I can add 2x from both sides and subtract 6 from both sides. And I'm going to get negative 7x is less than or equal to 14. Divide both sides by negative 7. I get x. And don't forget, I need to flip the inequality, so it's going to be greater than or equal to. And that's any time you multiply or divide by a negative number. And then 14 divided by negative 7 is a negative 2. And this is an and statement. So now we can combine everything into one final statement. And to do that, x goes in the middle, like I have written here. And then everything is going to be less than or equal to. So x is less than negative 7/4. And when I rearrange the other one right here, x is greater than or equal to negative 2. Same thing as saying negative 2 is less than or equal to x. So your final statement would be this right here that I have written in red.